It's easy. I don't know everybody's faith in here, but I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ. And so a simple thing I believe in called favor. And favor, I believe God has shown me ever since I've decided to run. I looked at a building a year ago, asked the guy about renting out. He said $2,200 a month. 4 months later, a partner of mine called and said, Kevin, I just bought a building up on Delaware Road. Go look, if you like, you can move in. Same building, that was $2,200. My printing I needed done. My buddy Mike Stevenson had just sold his printing company down in Bowie. He said, Kevin, I'll do your printing for you. Just send me what you need. Favor. The volunteers, people that have moved, sort of been positioned to sort of help me out, who had experience in certain areas. Favor. Hassan. I needed field direction, leadership, somebody to talk to me about sort of what we were looking at as we progressed. I knew Hassan knew his stuff, but I couldn't get to him. Hassan just so happened to be leaving Kwaisi's camp. And I happened to call him that day. He goes, man, I just announced it like 30 minutes ago. How do you know? Favor. Right. So some things that are destined that I don't believe you can stop. And should that not be God's design for my life, the advocacy and the compassion that I have for seeing the difference made in the lives of folks who look like me and my son in this city wouldn't change.
My concern, of course, is education. What are your feelings, Kevin and Mr. Rose, on the decision to lower the standards to a 60 passing grade? And what are your feelings on what would you do once you get down to Annapolis in terms of an elected school board?
Thank you, Jackie. Jackie and I have worked on NAACP's education, the committee that she chairs. I haven't participated in the last couple of months, but we've worked on a number of education issues, and that's what my passion is too. The lowering of the standards, I submitted an op-ed the other day, and it was laced in sarcasm, but ultimately I was angry because I was wondering, at what level do we get pissed off? At what level, can you not insult me anymore? You can smack folk around for so long that they don't even realize when they've been smacked. The gist of it, I wanted us to recognize over the last 48 months sort of the things we've been through. $58 billion deficit. People said, I don't know. Somebody had a bright idea to not grade our children when it comes to reading and those type of things based on the studio curriculum. Dumbing down. And then there was the insult of this standard. And as I'm getting older, I hear my grandmother's voice in a lot of stuff that I do. I mean, real common sense things. So I happened to be talking to Brian Morris about the lowering of the standards the day before it came out in the press. And his argument to me was, well, it's really not a lowering, Kevin. What we're doing is we're making us, parallel with everybody else in our state. And immediately I heard my grandmother, because I used to do a lot of stupid stuff growing up. And she said, boy, everybody jumping off the bridge is going to do that too. That's sort of equivalent of what we're doing there. And I don't think it's necessary. And I think our children should be insulted and they deserve better. Our children are already struggling, trying to find the proper path and which way to go. And if there's a student somewhere sitting down with a 68 average this summer, and they got that, and they say, I'm doing fine. That's not the message we need to be sending. I would fight that. Ultimately, Jackie, what it is that type of stuff has to insult somebody, and it has to stop. I mean, it can insult us all day as citizens and residents till we push so hard, but if our leadership is insulted, it's going to be really hard to change that. With regards to elected school board, I do support an elected school board. Of course, I think it should be partially elected for obvious reasons. There are some things that they could do 12 of me or 9 of me, and be lacking some legal experience, some educational background, some accounting background, what have you. I agree. But I would support partially elected school board. I'm not going to assume you know where I am with regards to that. I put it in the context of children who are raised in two-parent homes tend to do better than those who were raised in single-parent homes. Not that single parents don't do a good job, they just do. As it relates to city-state partnership, I often look at it as that relationship where in order for this child to succeed, Both have to play their part. But just like real life relationships, certain folks want to step away when the child's not doing well, and other folks want to step up when the child is doing well. It's a partnership. But the fastest way to damage that child is when the parents don't get along. And we find ourselves in a situation here where the parents won't act right. One by the name of Bobby and one by the name of Martin. His parents aren't acting right. The city partnership ought to work. Nobody should be let out of it, you know. Just because you decide, you know, that it's too overwhelming for you, doesn't mean you can step away. We see it all the time in relationships. I know I did growing up, where the mother said, "To hell with you, I'll raise them by myself." And look at the product. Her intent and desire was well, but she needed that other relationship, that other person there, to bring certain aspects that she didn't. And clearly the state brings a whole lot of weight that the city doesn't bring to it. So I think we should be holding them accountable, not trying to pick sides and let people play politics with our children. Both of you have a responsibility. This child belongs to you both. Do your part, and we'll hold that other person accountable to do their part. That's my opinion.